next player up mentality. A little bit of a shuffle for Iowa State in their starting lineup.
First possession belongs to Iowa State. Both teams with 8 wins apiece. Number 18 versus number 21. It's Addie Brown continually looking into the paint. And Crooks will drain the mid-range.
Come on. That's insane. In the mid-range, Crooks is so tough when she leans back. Stuelke couldn't have played better defense on that particular play.
Long range for Olsen does not fall. Affolter, no surprise, wiggling her way in.
Good job by both teams starting out in man-to-man defense. See what Iowa can cook up right here on the reset.
Brady setting the screen for Olsen. Olsen well defended, did not matter. Grandfather played there as well. Spent her freshman season in Ames. The next couple here in Iowa City. Addie Brown straight on, too smooth.
Little youngsters in here just getting a lot out of it as well.
Emily Ryan giving the Hawkeyes a piece of their own medicine after her shot was blocked a couple possessions ago.
That's a big-time block, and she's not just an assist maker, a playmaker.
Rather kicked ball. Addie Brown so versatile in her sophomore season, trying to get free in the paint, will drop it off to Crooks, fading away, and it just drops in.
Absolutely, and she's seen all kinds of defensive coverages and schemes, so she's been able to manufacture offense at the same high level of efficiency as last year as a freshman. And she had the big 40 points against Maryland.
Gets free underneath and puts it down. Audie Crooks getting away from the defender.
She's just so tough.
Quick response inside, and Stuelke going one-on-one. They're putting Addie O'Grady out there on an island to try and stop her. Recruited her a ton out of the state of Iowa. She said we're going to throw different things at her, but it's hard to double her with her passing ability too.
She said she has great hands.
Jan Jensen, her first season on the sideline, leading the Iowa Hawkeyes in her 25th year in Iowa City, a native of Kimballton, Iowa. So she goes deep with this history of this series.
Yeah, we love it, and the fans, they've been waiting for this game all day. Seen them around the city, just excited.
Brown knocks it down. She has a confident
competitive spirit.
And Stuelke tries to go downhill. It is knocked away, a jump ball.
I tell you what, here, coming off that pin down, and then you give her that much space because you're protecting the drive, and then the 3 goes in.
Iowa responding on the other side to try and get back out of an early deficit here on their home court. 12-4 is now the lead.
And it's got to be done with defense, and it's a double-edged sword. Take care of the basketball and get stops, especially in the paint against Iowa State tonight.
Riley Tanky, another Iowa native, misses from the short corner. Iowa still a team that wants to play with great pace. Stuelke been working more from the perimeter, playing the 4 this season as opposed to the 5. Was looking
junior this year, so just trying to stack on some aspects of her skill set this year.
Lucy Olsen, beautiful. Addie Brown is the step back blocked, but it stays Cyclone possession and free throws. There are 11 players playing at least 10 minutes per contest. A wide open competition. Coach Fenley says, make me play you.
They want to take it another step in the NCAA tournament this year.
Going to O'Grady in the post, she'll drop it off. Tegan Mullaney not able to convert with the reverse layup attempt.
That was a good take. You see what you can get. You just have to complete the play.
Audie Crooks, a 3-point play.
If she has you pinned down in there, that's a wrap.
Crooks 4 for 4 from the floor. She talked to us today about all the work she does before she gets the ball, too. It is more than just her strength and size. Here's Olsen, and that will rattle in. Hansford, always a 3-point threat. A cold start to the year, though. Look at that move from Crooks. Doesn't fall this time, but well within her bag is a foul.
For Iowa, I mean, those spray outs off of offensive rebounds, that might be an option for them, but Iowa State is just so scrappy with it.
Good awareness by Olsen. Count it down low. Taylor Stremlow with a 3-point play opportunity. All standing there at the free throw line. Hayden, Stremlow, and Mullaney having a big impact on this team. And this is still a team that can score in a hurry.
Right, 19 and a half assists this season as well for the Hawkeyes.
Hattie Brown on fire.
You can't be late. You can't be a beat late on your coverages. You can't overhelp.
Crooks called for the foul. 39% from beyond the arc as well as Stuelke. Good on her for so skilled, plays so hard, can impact the games in so many ways. They actually want her to just take more shots.
Yeah.
Olsen will swing. The ball movement around the perimeter, 5 to shoot. It is Crooks getting the upper hand. Does her work so early. It is hard to avoid just being buried under the net.
It is. I mean, did the work early, but Jan Jensen, she focused in on all of those mechanics. Post play 1-on-1.
Crooks 0 for 4. I think that 0 for 3 from the free throw line. She nabs that rebound.
Something that she's been trying to improve upon. 65% free throw shooters, Crooks.
Stolen away. Here's Stuelke taking it herself for 2.
Those opportunities, those are possessions from the free throw line.
Through 2 defenders, Crooks on that throw inside the paint.
Yeah, no question. And it needs to be like that. You're going to look back and say, we left a lot of meat on the bone early.
1 for 5. Went a knee procedure just coming in. It was such a lightning rod at the end of last year.
Yeah, just 4 points a game.
Beautiful offense by the Hawkeyes, post to post. Ryan bringing it into the front court, 5 seconds to shoot. Now in the hands of Crooks. She'll put it on the floor, broken up. Ryan will travel. 0.6 to go. That's the end of the first quarter here at Carver Hawkeye Arena, an electric crowd.
And right now, Iowa's up 2, but they're losing in the game.
See the numbers for a couple star players in this matchup. Iowa State, players other than Crooks and Brown, 0 for 6 from the field.
A little zone here by Iowa State.
They'll swing it. Feuerbach, wide open look. She can't knock it down, but flying for that board is Stuelke. It's knocked out of bounds, but staying right here with 17 to shoot. Olsen gonna reset, swinging to Feuerbach.
Somebody needs to get that high post area just to kind of relieve the reversals.
Another wide open look for Feuerbach. No good that time. It brought down by Crooks. Feuerbach now 0 for 4 from the floor.
You put more pressure on zone defenses by cashing it in on the interior and getting touches in there rather than just pulling threes.
Make that 0 for 5 for Feuerbach. From the high post, here's Crooks backing down O'Grady. That help comes. She gets even deeper, and that's how she operates.
Trouble. Got to test it. See what they do.
With ball movement, the 3 for Affolter doesn't go. And it looks like Iowa State is saying, we're challenging you to knock down a 3.
Yep. But you can't fall for that. You can't take shots that your opponents want you to take. You got to take the shots that you would like to take.
Iowa 0 for 9 from 3. On the fast break, it is Olsen over 3 jerseys.
Her efficiency from the offensive side of things.
Offensive fouls.
We've seen a defensive battle in the opening part of the second quarter.
McCabe will be shooting at 3.
Rub screen that Stuelke set there at the elbow.
And that's the kind of attention that McCabe, the junior from Nebraska, 72 of her career 75 baskets are 3s.
Not too far. And she's a feisty defender, too.
Olsen looking for some help. It doesn't come in time. 2009-2010. And it feels like a new era for this team with the emphasis they're putting defensively for sure.
No question about it. They've forced 9 turnovers so far.
Olsen knocks down another mid-range. Down into Crooks, has the angle, can't finish against O'Grady. One more try, and she'll head back to the free throw line. See her line there, 5 of 7 from the floor, goes 1 for 2.
And she's averaging 20 and 8 per contest. The sophomore, she was AP honorable mention All-American as a freshman last year.
Goes through the legs of Stuelke. She dives on it. And a jump ball will send things the other direction. Iowa flying all over the place defensively. Ryan hounded by Feuerbach, not finding any space. Crooks bails them out, fading away in the paint.
I think the fans here wanted to travel on that one, but Crooks is just with that wry smile like, no, it was clean.
Affolter knocks down the three, her first. And the first for the Hawkeyes after starting 0 for 9. The response is there, knocked down by Sydney Harris.
She transferred from TCU. Light it up.
3 in a row. It is a 3-point shootout in this rivalry matchup. Here is Ryan taking it to the cup.
Sold out all the way up to the rafters, standing room only, I see at the top here. And for Caitlin Clark to be the only other basketball player besides LeBron James.
Here today, 14,998, a sellout for this rivalry battle.
Beautiful.
Only Ryan off the quick take.
Finishing with that left hand on the left side, and she may need to do more of that, especially with the foul trouble with Brown on the bench.
Comes free from Stuelke. She's trying to hand it off to Olsen. Great defense by the Cyclones. Ryan wants to be a head coach someday, surveying this defense, poked away by Olsen. Fantastic defense by the transfer from Villanova.
Ryan has just had such a difficult time trying to make plays because of the defense.
Stuelke surrounded. Yes, from 3 for Sydney Affolter. On the baseline, out of bounds, Jones. High off glass for 2.
Nicely executed there by Iowa State. Just trying to chip away at it.
Stremlow, what a dish! That is not a freshman play.
8 assists for Iowa, both on 13 made shots.
And a travel will be the 12th turnover this.
So it's not dead ball turnovers. They're forcing live ball opportunities and turning them into easy offense on the other end.
Affolter turning on the Jets. It's Guyton for 3. She's got it. First lead of the game for the Hawkeyes into Crooks. The response is there in the paint.
And she even had help side too, and it didn't matter. She's just so flat out tough.
McCabe, quick trigger, misses everything. Tracked down by Stremlow. Stremlow tight roping the baseline, leading O'Grady. She can't knock it down. And Crooks found going for that rebound.
And she is terrorizing the interior for the Cyclones.
Hansford, close defense along the perimeter. Jones with 10 to shoot against Feuerbach.
Look at Stuelke just trying to crowd the space of Crooks inside, and now she's behind her.
Quick swing, it's Jones for 3. She drains it. Affolter sets is blocked by Hansford. Superb defense along the perimeter. It'll be Jackson for 3. That is how the first half will end. Entertaining, exciting. We've got a great one here in Iowa City as well. The final 8 minutes of that first half, within 4 points on either side, going back and forth.
Some zone again by Iowa State, trying to clog that middle.
Well read by Lucy Olsen. We're not going to see a team with their hockey line changes like Tennessee, but we expect to be better. Picking up where she left off.
By just a sophomore. I mean, I remember back in the day we had this drill one-on-one posting, and that's what we had to do. There were 3 passers at the top and at the foul line, extended, and we would go for minutes at a time and just trying to get the proper angle, and she did that exceptionally well on that play.
Deep post up for O'Grady, who responds on the other side.
Right? We score.
Big lob inside to Crooks, and she finishes. If there was screen and roll. O'Grady keeps it alive. Wide open Stremlow. Can't make the Cyclones pay. Tracked down by Ryan.
See, Hannah Stuelke was trying to get that. She has had several deflections keeping the play.
And Crooks unstoppable. Iowa will want to do some damage. And Jan Jensen absolutely apoplectic over on the sideline.
She was incensed by that. There was a clear push right there on the push-off.
Quick underneath, Stuelke.
Stuelke getting activated for the Iowa Hawkeyes on the inside.
Feed inside to Williams, knocked away. Trying again, trying to find some space along the baseline. 5 to shoot, and she will turn it over. Her speed and the skill that she has now, moving from the 5 to the 4 this season.
She's been freed up.
Getting downhill is Olsen. She earns a trip to the free throw line. Team high 14.7 of 14 shooting.
She had all 8 of the points out of the gates for the Hawkeyes, but she just plays with such a moxie. Early on this season against USC Upstate, she had 4 of 7 from 3, so another viable offensive weapon for them.
Fenley still has not brought Addie Brown back into the game. Picked up 3 personals in the first half as Olsen tries to go back to work in the mid-range. It bounces out.
But they're still holding the lead. I bet if it was the other way around and they were down 4, I bet she would be right on the court. But he's playing it smart, I think, right now. I think trusting who's out there.
Thinking this one's going to go down to the wire.
Absolutely. It's down to it. We were talking about the free throws for both teams. 74% for Iowa, 75% coming into this one for Iowa State, but both teams really struggling from the line. So if it comes down to that, Sloan, mark my words on that.
Millie Hansford knocks down the 3, and boy, did she need...
Yeah, you know, it's a mental barrier sometimes. You know that you put the work in, but sometimes you just need to see it go in.
Lucy Olsen is just so in rhythm. 10 to shoot here for Wilson. And the Cyclones, tanky for 3, knocks it down. That is 7 for the Cyclones. That certainly is going to skew those stats with how she's playing here in Iowa City.
Yeah, no question about it, but I mean, she is a problem. And when I say that in the most positive way. I mean, she is so tough to guard, and you pick your poison with her. There she goes again. Now that weak side came over, but she's right there to finish.
Even with the block, she sticks with it. Mulaney was right there with the help.
She was. She's just so quick with her reactions, and her hands are great.
Completely unfazed by getting blocked. She's got 27.
Come off of it and see it go through. It changes the dynamic of your competitive fight.
Backdoor cut, Hansford is stuffed
offensively tonight for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Ava Hyden, the highest ranked post player to play under Jensen, as Hansford can't convert at the rim, igniting a fast break for the Hawkeyes. Affolter from deep long range, it's good. Climbing back in it in the final minutes. Hansford can't knock it down, taken by Feuerbach.
Solid momentum shifting opportunity. On the precipice of that right here to close this quarter for the Hawkeyes.
Significant possession here for Iowa. About 9 seconds differentiating shot game clock.
See how they dissect this zone.
Fell away from the ball. Picked up 3 personals in that first half that limited her. We were speculating maybe Coach Fenley just being...
Well, it was smart that he put her in because now they're on defense. I mean, I'm sorry, they're on offense going back and not on defense to save her from maybe picking up a cheap one. She made all of her threes, Brown did in that first half.
Shot clock is off here to close this third quarter for the Cyclones. Set play for Brown. Can't knock it down. Feuerbach takes a look, and we will head to the fourth quarter.
58% from the floor, the same as last year as a freshman. But to offset that, Iowa has knocked in their threes. 6 of 12 after starting the game 0 for 9. So, I mean, the math is mathing for Iowa right now.
It's quite a turnaround as now Iowa drops into a zone.
2-3 zone. And Iowa showed that a little in that first half. Just trying to mix it up and keep Iowa State off balance.
And then here in the half court for the Hawkeyes, Olsen will put it into her own hands. The mid-range doesn't fall.
Trying to set that screen to free Crooks.
There she has it deep. She can't convert, but she took a shot to the face. She's on the floor and hasn't gotten up. It's 5-on-4 for the Hawkeyes. And Feuerbach nets the 3. Crooks is asking for a sub. She can't see.
She She didn't even make it down to the other side there. Hopefully everything is okay.
Will be Emily Ryan, who has not shot a free throw yet today at the line, but she is one of the all-time greats in Cyclone history, over 88%. That ended her streak of 25 straight free throws going back to the NCAA tournament.
Here we go, but they get the ball back now, so let's see if they can gain some ground after that turn of events with the 2 free throws and the possession, and Crooks at the table to check back in.
Deep post up inside, Brown will finish.
And then the paint points. A 30-18 advantage for Iowa State.
Neither of these teams have scored in 2+ minutes right before Affolter wiggles her way into the paint. Emily Ryan to the teeth of the defense. She felt this crowd swell, the most experienced player on the floor took it in her own hands. There's Affolter again inside. Brown deep into Crooks, and she is fouled.
Let's see if she can do it in Sue Bird's word thrice on the next possession.
She had a knee procedure just before the season started. Crooks will miss the second.
What did I say about those free throws earlier? I'm telling you, those possessions,
they haunt you.
Finish them.
Affolter dropping it off to Stuelke, and the Hawkeyes rolling, taking back the lead on their home court. Timeout called by Fenley. A 17-5 run for the Hawkeyes going back to the end of the third quarter. We'll look at the shooting today for Iowa State as Affolter in the passing lane will take it herself against 2 Cyclones, and back to Iowa State making the stop.
Dan Jensen won the foul on that shot.
Poked away by Stuelke. Still stays with Iowa State. One more try, and again gets a piece.
Fighting to get over top and getting a deflection, disallowing touches inside for Crooks.
Emily Ryan, the only Cyclone that has played in this building, can't convert in the paint. The energy seized by the Hawkeyes. Under 4 minutes to play.
Well, you can just feel it. It's scintillating right now. It's palpable. Both teams just want to come out of this game with a W.
Lucy Olsen, the hesitation, the contact, and the finish. Lucy Olsen on about every watch list you can imagine, including the Nancy Lieberman Award for Best Point Guard preseason All Big Ten. She loves these moments. Going into the post to Crooks, a double team comes. Strumlow is chaos.
She's fired up too. She came running down the court, clapping it up. We knew that was a major play and a major stop.
That is a freshman getting huge minutes here in a top 25 rivalry battle and making the little plays. Olsen takes a foul. Olsen, 80%. Coming off a game in which she had a season-high 23 points, flirting with that again tonight. We are seeing that here tonight.
It's a big play here. Let's see what they come out of the timeout with.
Brown looking for the deep post up against Affolter, has been quiet since the first quarter and puts it down with the hook shot.
Solid. Taking it to the middle, a little baby hook over the lip of the rim. Nice play call out of the timeout.
That quiets this crowd, at least for the time being. Under 2 to play with the Hawkeyes in control.
Iowa State may want to think about coming out of this zone because not really putting Iowa in much duress.
Olsen will drive and kick. 3 seconds left. She knows it. Puts up a shot that's left short. Affolter with the position and then draws the foul. As Affolter at the free throw line. She's won 2 of 3 games against Iowa State. She says it's about composure. We have to play Iowa basketball, and they're trying to impose that here late.
She's had more than 8 rebounds in 4 consecutive games.
Into the offense goes Iowa State. Brown from the perimeter being hounded by Affolter, a tenacious defender, and a travel call rebound on Brooks, and Stuelke
Put it on the floor first. 20 turnovers now for Iowa State.
Stuelke took the chair out a little bit, let go of that pressure, and I think led to that too. Under 1 minute to play, it is a 5-point lead for the Hawkeyes. A team that's won 8 straight in this series at Carver Hawkeye Arena, 7 of the last 8 overall against the Cyclones. How about the freshman? Can't come up at a bigger time.
They're just trying to get her rhythm.
43.4 seconds remaining to lob it into Brooks, broken up by Stuelke.
With some fluidity with her footwork.
It was adding a great lockdown defense by Stuelke on Crooks in this fourth quarter. Then the clutch free throws, and she and the Hawkeye faithful feeling it now.
She's been locked in.
Ryan, the reversal, will go for a quick 2.
And Hannah Stuelke sniffed it out. Got a deflection yet again. And really keep that engine running for Iowa.
Maybe more importantly, Christine, 0 turnovers.
How about that?
Meanwhile, the Cyclones trail by 9. Inside into Crooks, an easy 2 as they try to stave off what has been a long losing streak. They have not won in this building since 2006, but Iowa now the opportunity to just let it all run out.
Really solid performance by Iowa after a super slow start offensively.
Length, great effort, great tenacity, and that's what we have to talk about with Olsen.
You know how many deflections she had. And I know analytically they look at that in the plus-minus rankings that they do as coaches. I mean, she has to have at least 10 to 12 deflections in this game, so her activity has just been tremendous in this one.
Inside into Crooks. That's going to put her over 31 points. And let it be